See, Rhustox is the most common, routinely used remedy in old schools. Why? Day by day the scenario has been changed. Now we are in an era where people are materialistic. Isn't it on you test?
Yes.
Very, very materialistic. Now the father tells the child, if you score 95% marks, I will give you this. 99% marks mean to ghadi, you are mature. See how we are teaching our own children to be materialistic. You give me 95%, I will give you in return. So this was not the kind of mentality in old people. See, when Rhustox was evolved, it was at the 18th of century, I suppose, if I am not wrong, 18, 19. Animals have evolved Rhustox, right? In those times, there was no materialistic things going on in your life. Number one. Number two, the basic core of Rhustoxicodendron is what?
Basic core?
The base of Rhustox. Without that, Rhustox cannot be evolved. Is what?
Care and impatience.
Most important is selflessness. So what is meaning of selfless?
खुद को लास्ट में रखना, सेल्फ कम रखना.
Selflessness is it doesn't mean that I don't think of myself. Selflessness means I think of myself, but for me, myself is the last option. First my father, first my mom, if I am not married. If I am married, first my family, my kids, my in-laws, then I will be the last one. The same patient right now, what did she say? She said, doctor, I am not worried about my symptoms. I am not worried about, when I fall sick, I am not worried, I don't think of myself. I think, what will happen to my kids if I am wrong, if I am sick? What will happen to my in-laws? What will happen to my parents? What will happen to my husband? This is very important in Rhustox. See, then you say, why not cocculus? Because cocculus there is a rubric in cocculus. Cares full of loud zone, number one. Second is talking nothing but about his cares, his cocculus. Then what is the difference between Rhustox and cocculus? See, Rhustox is in the rubric cares full of other support also. There is strong restlessness in Rhustox, while in cocculus there is strong dullness. Slowness, cocculus. Restlessness, Rhustox. Superstitious Rhustox. What it is, what is your fees? I asked her some amount. She gave the cash with her right hand and I accepted it with the left hand. See, sir, don't take it in the left hand, take it in the right hand. See, this was the confirmatory taste of Rhustox. Rhustox is very superstitious. Rhustox is very fragile in terms of disease and sickness. Why? Because if anything happens to me, what would happen to my family? Fear of disaster. What is disaster? Disaster means a small period of time, everything is just destroyed. Everything is destroyed within 2 seconds, just like an earthquake. Earthquake just destroys everything within seconds. So this is a strong fear of Rhustox that anything can happen anytime, and that makes her crazy and restless continuously. What did she say? The patient said, Doctor Sir, I just can't sit quiet. I just want something to do. I can't sit alone. She also talked about business. She was also talking about money matters. She said, doctor, my husband is not working, right? And the husband is not, the whole responsibility lies with me. There is no financial background. There is no financial help. I have to work. I have to work. And now, usually I don't take medicines. What did she say? Usually I don't take medicines, right? But now, I have to. What if I can't? What if I can't work? The whole family is dependent on me. What if I can't work? And I will. Come what may, I will.
Yes.
But today, when I got up, I thought, can I make it today? Can I go to the office today? That was the thing what brought me to your clinic. This is very important. Now what, when I asked him that, it's okay. No, doctor, I just can't afford. I think of my family and then my health. बोलिए ना?
Perfect.
यही बोलिए ना? This is selflessness. This is, and Rhustox will always talk about business. Rhustox will always talk about this financial problems. Then what will my daughter is just about to marry, and the financial crisis everyone faces when you have a daughter because of her marriage and all these nonsense things. She was also talking about money. She was also talking about business, her business. What if I will sit at home, my husband is not working? What if at the same time, though the husband was not working, he was at home, but still she didn't complain about a non-working husband at all. This is again one shade of Rhustox. Rhustox never complains about the family members.
Can you repeat that?
She never complains. Why? Because she is always in the rubric cares. Complaining may Rhustox. You will not find it. Acha, but what? Do you feel alone? So yes, of course I feel alone. Rhustox, there is one shade of forsaken. If you put forsaken word with Rhustox, you'll find any number of rubrics where you'll find Rhustox forsaken by friend, forsaken, alone in the world, alone in the field, and all. Well, the restlessness was but obvious. Rhustox patient always talks about future. What if I am? What? And Dr. Sir, I don't know. This is the consistent restlessness of Rhustox. While calculus will like as if engrossed in cares. Calculus is engrossed. If you ask him, hello and what do you suppose and what and anything else? This is calculus. And Rhustox is. This is the important understanding and the difference between Rhustox and because both of the remedies are very, very much careful regarding the relatives. Rhustox is in the rubric carrot desires to be fast. And till Rhustox is the remedy who doesn't come to the clinic often because selflessness is the core rubric. Her priority is family. Her priority is children. Anxiety about her children. Careful of relatives about. Her priority is different. But when everything is at par, then she thinks about her health. And if at all she understands that if at all her health is the important aspect of her own family, then she wants to get rid of it fast, as soon as possible. This is characteristic class. And the core, the essence, and the what would I say? The center of this remedy, when you'll find it in your cleanses, anxiety sitting bent. What is anxiety sitting bent? What is bent? When you bend, you are unable to move. When you bend, you are unable to work at par. When you are bent, you are not flexible. And that is the thing which worries Rhustox the most. Why? If I sit into this position, I couldn't do anything for my family. There is no inner self for Rhustox. It is only for the families, for the children, for the kids. This is right. Rhustox is also in the rubric daily business talks of. But if you keenly see the rubrics, Rhustox is not in the rubric talks of business, but it is in the rubric delirium talks of business. So the inner voice, the inner soul of Rhustox is not business. But when it comes to hand-to-mouth situation, then Rhustox talks about business. For example, now there is no option at all. Now, if I am sick, I'll do this, if I can't do anything, then doctor, how would I run my home? How could I do my household job? How could I? He goes into a state of in a need situation, a need of time situation. When he passes, this is anxiety sitting there of Rhustox. But delirium talks of business. I could recollect our homeopathic materia medica when there was a difference in between Rhustox and Bryonia. Both were joint pains. Both are for joint pains. Rhustox is also for good remedy for knee pain, and Bryonia is also good for it. What we learned was better from rest, Rhustox. है ना? Rest Bryonia. Sorry. Better for by rest Bryonia and continuous motion. But we didn't know that continuous motion is for others. Initial motion aggravation, Rhustox. Continuous motion amelioration. What is that continuous motion? This initial motion aggravation is sitting bent. But I have to, doctor, I have to. What did she say?
Yes.
Doctor, come what may, I have to stand for my home. This is continuous motion amelioration of Rhustox. Bryonia is business minded. Rhustox is not business. Rhustox business is family. Bryonia's business is money, profit. Rhustox is damp. Bryonia is dry. What is dry? Dryness is loss of emotions or not that easy connectivity. Dryness is something where there are very less emotions or no emotions. Rhustox is in the rubric cares full of relatives about. But Rhustox and Bryonia is in the rubric
Business.
talks of business, only business. He has emotion. I won't say because Bryonia is not in the rubric selfish. You'll be surprised that Bryonia is not that selfish. Bryonia feels that whatever I am earning is less. And hence he's just going about and through the earn and earn. The quench of earning money, the thirst of earning money is unquenchable. Whatever we learn, the thirst is the thirst is to earn money. So Rhustox is a very common remedy. Rhustox you'll find very much 4-second feelings. Rhustox you'll find selflessness, chaos, restlessness, superstitious. Rhustox is very fearful, a small thing can just make a very big chaos in his life. Rhustox. Anything horrible he hears, he will just connect it to himself. Why? Because what if I am sick? What will happen to my kids? Doctor Sir, I am at this age, at the age of 40, I am suffering from this. My kids are so small. This is a typical sentence of Rhustox. My kids are so small. What? I am just 40 years, but kids are 6 to 7 years old. He's not thinking of his problems. He's what he's thinking about is what his kids. This is Rhustox. Calcarea fluor is also a very important remedy. Just like Rhustox and Cocculus I am talking about. But in this calcarea fluoride, calcarea fluor, there will be a sense of responsibility, no doubt, regarding the family and all, regarding the security. Again, calcarea, once calcarea comes, the security part comes. But calcarea fluor is a remedy for laborers. Roti, kapda, makan. They are only worried about their basic need. Calcarea fluor will always talk about the basic need. He will be only worried about starvation. He will be only worried about his basic needs. The rose household things, normal. The normal household things calcarea fluor will think about. Because by nature calcarea fluor is already in poor. The labor remedy. What is a labor? Does a labor think 3 months ahead? Does calcarea fluor think of 3 months ahead? No. Calcarea fluor only thinks about the present and tomorrow. Just tomorrow. Whether if at all sick today, I won't be able to have my basic food to survive with my family. Calcarea fluor will always talk about basic things. The need, basic, roti, kapda, makan. Though, Dr. Sir, if at all I won't work, tomorrow I won't get anything from my family. Tomorrow. Okay. There is a rubric in calcarea fluor. Delusion, what he will come to. And see, what is a labor? What is the difference between a labor and a beggar? A beggar can beg in front of anyone. Bhaiya, paisa dena, bhaiya, paisa dena. Calcarea fluor will die, but not beg. Delusion, what he will come to is a rubric with calcarea fluor and sulfur. We have to. But the difference is basic difference is sulfur has abundance, sulfur has wealth, and still he has a feeling of he will come to a want. Calcarea fluor is in poor, already in poor, and hence he is always thinking, what if I don't have anything tomorrow? Hence, right shoulder, frozen shoulder. Best remedy for right shoulder is calcarea fluor. What is shoulder? The only thing, the only hand which has strength to perform. Knees, you have to stand on your knees. If you can't stand, you won't go to work. This is calcarea fluor. But calcarea fluor will always talk about basic needs in your clinic. And Rhustox will always talk about cares about family. This is a one-line differentiation. Basic needs calcarea fluor and cares about my family, my kids, my children, my in-laws, my parents. What would we? He will only talk about family and relatives. Cares full of relatives about who will make tiffin to my kid. Calcarea will not tell about who will make my tiffin to my kids. Calcarea will say, what if I want to work, what will I get tomorrow to eat? The basic. Simple.